Welcome back in. Well, as you guys can see, we are joined by some very special guests in the studio right here, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce you guys to the Division II section champs, the Whitney girls basketball team out of Rockland, and representing the Wildcats juniors, Harper Peterson right there with the net around her neck, of course, the winning net right there, and right next to her, head coach Sydney Gatson right there, who's the mastermind behind everything. And on this side of me, we have Sammy Schuler and Tylee Kitchen. Thank you all so much for being here. How are you guys feeling on this Sunday night?
Feeling great.
Feeling great.
They got the championship glow to them. You can see.
I'm telling you, they got the championship smiles going right there. You know, this is incredible. So on that note, you guys just won the first section championship in program history. If you don't believe me, look at the banner right there. How do you describe the emotion and the feeling behind earning that thing right there?
I would say for me, it's amazing to be able to have, these girls have this kind of experience. They're amazing. This team really gets along. They have great chemistry, and to see them just kind of persevere through the long season and be playing our best ball at the end of it, and to experience the kind of experience they got to on Friday night, I'm thrilled.
To the players, you guys are forever going to be part of history here at Whitney because of what you guys accomplished. How does that feel to you personally to know that it's forever, when they show the picture of the 2023 Whitney team who won the section championship, it's going to be your guys' faces on there?
I just personally think that's so cool. Just to be a part of Whitney High School girls history and stuff like that just makes me feel so special. And doing it with these girls, I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. So.
Well, building off of that too, Kevin, they were telling us beforehand that the starting lineup all consists of juniors and sophomores. So this group is going to return and come back together, which makes you excited about what they're going to do next. So thinking about that, thinking about where this team still can go, how much better do you think your team can get?
I mean, it's always going to be great to have everyone come back. We had people come back last year, a big portion too, so we're just still going.
Yeah, we had 8 varsity returners this year, and next year we'll have 9? I think 9, yeah.
Wow. So you hear that, SFL? Watch out, because Whitney is reloading for next year. Of course, we're still talking this year because you guys still have more work to do. Harper, you're being very modest over there. You had 21 points in the section championship game. I mean, you did some phenomenal things out there. Did you channel your inner Mamba mentality out there?
Yeah, I'm just going into the game, I had no thought of losing. I knew all of us can get through this together. With all my teammates behind my back, I just knew we could do it.
And Tylee, you're a sophomore out there balling, you're controlling the boards. You're controlling the paint. I read that you had a record 26 rebounds in one game. I believe you had 8 rebounds last night. Yeah. As a sophomore, especially when you're playing in the post going against girls who are older, bigger, maybe more physical than you, how do you get the job done day in and day out, and how are you not intimidated by them?
I look at people and just be like, I'm gonna beat you every time that I'm gonna hit you hard. I'm gonna beat you to the board. And my mindset is just mostly I'm gonna win. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how big you are. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna be better than you.
And Sammy, I wanted to ask you, it's one thing to win the banner. It's another thing the way you guys won it in a grinded out, tough, hard-fought basketball game inside the Golden One Center. So you joined an elite group of people who have played on that floor. Can you speak to how that game was played and how you guys won that game?
Honestly, defense and obviously scoring more points than the other team, but we were down the whole game until I think the last minute, I think. It all just came down to honestly making free throws. I knocked down 2, Harper knocked down 1, and we had a couple earlier in the game, and defense really helped us out. We went man-to-man in the last couple minutes of the game, and I think that really helped us out.
And Coach, she touched on something that I wanted to talk to you about, which is the resilience of this group, not just in that game, but you look at this season, you have one of the toughest schedules just in all of Northern California basketball, the teams that you face, and there were learning experiences looking at the schedule throughout this season, but ultimately the team got to this point. Can you speak to the resiliency of this group over the course of this year?
Yeah, they've shown it all year. We've, like you said, faced some really tough teams, and we've bounced back every single time. Next day in practice, it's just, hey, focus in, what's coming up next, how do we get better? And I think that really speaks to the team chemistry. It really helped us just to kind of keep evolving and keep getting better as the season went through. But they never got down on themselves. They never doubted themselves. They just always had that belief in themselves and in one another.
Do you guys have like a pregame ritual or anything that you guys do before games?
Yeah,
we do.
a
Oh,
dance
please
party.
share.
We have a big dance party in the locker room before every home game and as many away games as we can. We have a huge speaker that one of our other girls, Kendall Dykstra, brings to every game and every practice, and we jam out in the locker room.
Yeah, before we get to the locker room, we always play one song and we run out to it into the locker room just to get hyped.
We just scream and run into the locker room.
Coach, are you a part of this?
Sometimes the after party.
Oh, the after party. That's what I was about to say. When you dance well, you play well. You know, I think a wise prophet once said that. No, you said it's one song you always play. Which song is it?
I forgot.
It's Dr. Dre.
Oh, Dr. Dre. Wow, y'all getting some gangster rap with it. Some song by Nothing But a G Thing?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like that. Snoop Dogg.
Sing the edited version of that, y'all. The edited version.
We're on TV.
Yeah, right?
Definitely the edited version. Please don't put that Always the edited version.
Coach Sid, and the work that you're doing as well. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us. This has been amazing.
As- you know, we're going to rock out to some Dr. Dre right after the show. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is what we have coming up next right here on Toyota Sports Extra.